And welcome back to the BVTV Gaming channel. You are, of course, here with your host, BVTV Gaming. We're actually wrapping up our World Cup tournament today. We're doing the semifinals and the finals. Out of the 60-team World Cup tournament, we will be down to one to find who will be the champion of the world here in 2026. So, with that being said, let's actually get straight into it. We have our first semifinals matchup, which is going to be Italy versus Turkey. Two teams that have shocked the world in their run to this point. Who will be the first team to make it to the finals of the World Cup tournament? We're about to find out, folks. Turkey in the white, Italy in the blue. Both of these teams very deserving of being where they are. You know, speaking of kind of everything that's happened as of late, well, it has been quite literally unpredictable. We did the round of 16, and of course, we did the quarterfinals in our last episode. To kind of recap all that has happened, hold on one moment, folks. Here go DeMarco. DeMarco takes the shot, good block. Turkey stopping that, at least for the moment. But as I was trying to say, in the round of 16, England had defeated Iran 3-0. Uruguay defeated Korea Republic 3-2. Spain defeated Hungary 3-2. Belgium defeated Ukraine 2-1. Italy defeated France 2-1. Turkey destroyed Wales 3-0. Senegal shocked the world and beat Portugal 1-0. And the Netherlands beat Switzerland 3-0. However, in the quarterfinals, England defeated Spain, vanquishing the Boogeyman, the team that beat them to become champions of the world in 2018, 3-2. Italy eliminated the defending World Cup champion Uruguay 2-1. Tonali! Meanwhile, Senegal and Belgium had tied 1-1, and it came down to penalty kicks where Senegal defeated Belgium 6-5, and then Turkey knocked out the 2016 World Cup champions, the Netherlands, 3-0 in an absolute shocker. Hence how we have Italy versus Turkey happening right here, and of course, in our second semifinals matchup, it'll be England versus Senegal. For three of these teams, Italy, Turkey, and Senegal, this is the furthest they've ever made it to the semifinals. They're on one hell of a run. There's only been one team that has made it to the finals before, and that was England back in 2018 on the losing side. All of our previous World Cup champions have been eliminated, guaranteeing a fourth different World Cup champion since we've done these tournaments. Folks, here's the corner in coming in for Turkey. And I mean, Turkey's had such a hard road to get here. You look at the group stage, the group of death, Argentina, Brazil, what was on their list, and including France. That was their three group stage games. Then they had in the round of 32, it was South Africa, but then they had France in the round of 16, and then they had the defending World Cup champions in the quarterfinals. Not been an easy run for Italy at all. For Turkey, they were actually in the cupcake group, which is like the easiest group to advance from. However, having to knock out the 2016 World Cup champions, also beating a World Cup finalist in Wales from the last time we had it, absolutely shocking. They also had to go against Austria in the round of 32. So Turkey's had a bit of a rough run since getting to the knockout stage. There's Tonali now crossing it in to Barella. Good save by Sakir. Again, folks, one of these two teams will punch their ticket in to the World Cup finals. Who is it going to be? Goes DeMarco, gets intercepted there. Goes Yusek now for Turkey, passing to secure the goalkeeper. Kadioglu. Not a Kaku, but never mind. Great stop there defensively from Italy. Here's Barella. Barella now to Keane, the man who's been so critical for them in this World Cup. And one of the things I do want to announce too, I'm not sure if I'm going to follow through with it. I may start doing like the Club World Cup qualifiers for 2027, or I will do continental specific tournaments. What a save. And so we might do, because I don't have enough teams for the Middle East and the Oceania, Asia region, so I might do a combined, like a jointed Middle East, Asia, and Oceania cup between those countries. And then I may do the AFCON, which is for all the African nations. And I may do the Copa America as well. And, of course, the European Championship, the UEFA Europa Championship. So those are things I am debating on currently. I haven't made up my mind just yet. If not, we'll just do the qualifiers. Or I'll probably just... I kind of want to do the qualifiers. I'll have to make up my mind on that. Because, I mean, honestly, the World Cup games that we've had with the 60-team tournament, the group stage and all, have been really amazing. And I don't know if we'll ever have this many teams before to actually do those cup competitions. So I may just do the continental one. It's still up in the air. Because if I did my my ideal version of what I would want the qualifiers to look like, I think it'll kind of actually get in the way of what I want to do. So if I don't do the Club World Cup qualifiers, then what I will do is either the Continental Cups to kind of keep the national teams active, or we'll just do like a career mode for a season or two. I don't know. It was Kaku, goal! Kaku puts Turkey up 1-0. Is the upset alert incoming? Can Turkey possibly hold Italy off for this 1-0 lead for the remainder of the game and literally make it to their first ever World Cup finals? How huge was that? However, does Italy have a response, or is that the first upset we're going to see in this game? Mind you, folks, up next is England versus Senegal. How will Italy respond after giving up that one goal? It's not, you don't want to come from behind. He goes, bro, not to Tonali, side to Politano, back to Tonali. I'm not going to lie, Tonali kind of walked into that tackle. Oh, come on, thanks so much for liking the live. I appreciate it. Aktaroglu can go for goal number 2. Can they possibly mount a second goal before the end of the first half? Well, oh, they've still got possession. Oh, never mind. Oh, the Stamford Bridge is actually hosting this game. should put that out there. How will Italy respond after giving up that goal in the 40th minute? It's wild to think we've only gone to penalties, twice, I think, in this entire tournament? In the knockout stage, there's Canada and Ukraine. And then, yeah, Belgium and Senegal. As Keane takes the shot, easy save for Sakir. Here's Yusek now, push up for Turkey. And if you're Turkey, you have the 1-0 lead. All you have to do is hold it out, and you punch your ticket into the finals of the World Cup for the first time ever. Here goes Kaku. Yusek. Okay, now what has Italy got planned here? Here's Mancini. Mancini now probably going to pass to Barella. Barella's got to be careful. Here goes Keane. He's been rather quiet today, but here goes Retegui. Retegui, good save from the goalkeeper. Oh, Loriano, thanks so much for liking, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. They're trying to save position, trying to mount an offensive attack here. Here goes Tonali, the man. Oh, wait, is that going to count? I don't know. I don't think that's going to count. Is that going to count? It's going to count. Holy moly, we're tied 1 apiece. I thought that was an offside infraction. However, that is not the case. Keane, the man with the goal to tie this thing back up. Not what Turkey wanted to see. What a defensive mishap happened here. Take a look, folks. Retegui just barely passing that through somehow. And Keane right there for the goal to tie this one up. What a piece. How will Turkey respond? Will there be a go-ahead goal for either side as 55 minutes have officially been played in this game? I could have sworn that was going to be an offside infraction. I did not think that they were actually going to allow that to happen. Because I could have sworn I heard the referee's like whistle go off too. That's why I was so confused. Throw in here for Turkey. Oh, sorry, what? For Italy? That was clearly coming off of the Italian defender, Calafiori, but I guess not. Here goes Keane. Keane now back to Retegui. Back to Keane. Volleying it over to Politano, but great interception there. Turkey now has it. Can they mount a counterattack? It's 1 against 2. Great block. Turkey staying on the offensive. He goes Güler now to Usek. Back to Güler. Ref, we got to talk about that one. That was wild. Corner coming in for Turkey. Can they make the most of it? No. Donnarumma there to grab it right up. That thing is just volleying all over the air. Why would they do that? I'm confused. Were they expecting Keane to like, oh, Mutkanga, thanks so much for following. Also, Nelly, thanks so much for following. I do appreciate it, guys. We're on the road to 1K follows, so every follow does matter. I actually want to put that out there. Like, I really thank you guys for showing some support. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. And folks, we're at a 1-1 stalemate here in the 69th minute of this one. Both teams have played incredibly well to get to this point, but only one can make it to the finals. What I think is more interesting to me is that Italy so far has not had a loss. They've only had one draw and they've won out the rest of their matches. Turkey, on the other hand, does have a loss. That was back in the group stage, of course, but still. Here goes Tonali to DeMarco. Retegui. He's about to get stuffed. How did he keep possession? They got to be very, they got to be very careful there. They were hawking him. Oh, Stacy, thanks so much for following. We're on the road to 1K follows, so I do appreciate the love. Thank you. Italy with 136 passes, 94% accuracy. 118 for Turkey, 89% accuracy. There's going to be a massive blockade about to happen. DeMarco's going to be very careful. To Bastoni. What I will say, I'm very impressed with Turkey on this one area, and that is how they have pressured Italy. I think this is the team that's really pressured Italy the most defensively. I would say them and Brazil. I do have to give Brazil credit because Brazil did, if it wasn't for that one mistake from the goalkeeper. Not the goalkeeper, the goalkeeper's assistant defender. Oh! Both teams making substitutions. Corner here coming in for Turkey. Cristani coming in for Barella. That's a substitution for Italy. Meanwhile, for Turkey, Ozkin coming in for Shalanglu. I don't think I missed anyone coming in, so that's good. Rossi now back to DeMarco. DeMarco pushing it up as the counterattack offense going to happen. He's got two guys. Cross comes in. That was off. Wait, right to Retegui. Retegui gets stripped. However, Tonali recovering possession. Keane now to Politano. Politano the shot. Easy save for Sakir. Time taking away. Will we be going to extra time? Or can Turkey mount one more goal before the end of this game? Here goes Yildiz. Yildiz to Güler. Oh, great interception. Wow, phenomenal interception there from DeMarco. All right, back to Retigui. Time is taken away. I think they're settling for extra time. Well, folks, you know what that means. 2 15-minute halves await us if we do not have a winner by the end by the time we reach 120 minutes. Well, that means we're going to penalty kicks for the third time in this tournament. But we'll see if that will be the outcome. Again, folks, 2 15-minute halves. The first 15-minute half will end at 105 minutes. The second will conclude at 120. If a goal is scored from either side in the first half, that still gives the opposing team the remainder of the second half to try to tie it back up or take a lead. Throw in here. I don't know. Wow, that was a horrible throw in. I'm not sure who he was trying to get that to. Here's Yilmaz now to Akgun. To Selic. Cross comes in. Not much to do with it. And Italy trying to recover possession. That they do, at least for the moment. Alrighty, folks. Up next, England versus Senegal. Oh. I would say it wasn't be Italy with the offensive pressure, but not yet. Here goes Yilmaz. Yilmaz trying to push it up. He did get it through. Just too many defenders. Great blockade. Sticking out to Akgun. Here's to Selic. Cross comes in. That could be major. Oh, great defensive stop there. Preventing what could have been a disaster. It's going to be a free kick for Turkey. A bit confused on how, though, so there is that. Italy now trying to do something with possession. They've been stuck in their own defensive third for the majority of this 15-minute half. Mistakes aplenty here for Italy. Are they starting to collapse? Can Turkey capitalize off this throw-in? Question mark? Here goes Yildiz. To Akgun. You have the ability. Oh, no, great stop there. But it goes right. It bounced right back to Selic. That one's going to be wildly tossed. Substitutions being made here. A minute left in this one, at least for the first half. Palestra come in for Politano. That's substitution for Italy. Meanwhile, for Turkey, Aiden coming in for Yilmaz. Oh, user 792 and Prem. Thank you so much for following. We're on the road to 1K follows, so I do appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Well, folks, at the end of that first 15-minute half, we're down to the final 15 minutes of the game. If we do not have a winner, if we are still tied 1-1, that means we'll be going to penalties. Buongiorno coming in for Locatelli. That's substitution made by Italy. Great inner side swipe there from Turkey. Meanwhile, Uzun coming in for Aktaroglu. I don't agree with that substitution. Aktaroglu has been so critical offensively for Turkey throughout this World Cup tournament. I really do think that that's a bad idea. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Handball. Was that a... Can I see it one more time? Can I get the replay just to confirm what I thought I saw? I didn't get to see the replay. I'm sorry. What happened? Well, either way, I'm not sure what they called the penalty regardless. Yildiz, the man for penalty. This could put Turkey into a 2-1 lead. Goal! Turkey takes a 2-1 lead in the 109th minute. Is the Cinderella story going to continue all the way to the finals? Or does Italy have one more goal in them to tie this thing up? Time is ticking away, as the chances for the World Cup finals, as far as Italy's concerned, is slipping from their grasp. So much was happening right there. Yeah, Italy is running out of time. If they need to mount a fast counterattack that leads to a goal. If not, the allure of going to the finals of the World Cup will be dashed. Here goes Keane. He's got a man with them. He walked out of... Oh, my God. My goodness. He flew all the way over the barricade. As time ticks away, Turkey just needs to hold on to possession, and Italy will be all but eliminated. Uh-oh. Cristante out of Keane. Keane trying to push this one up. No, it's a last-ditch effort. Cross comes in. The header! Good save by Sakir. Cross comes in for Italy. Another header, the easy catch for Sakir. Italy knows time is taken away. They're playing with fire right now. Here goes Keane. Oh, Keane with a massive misfire. And I believe that's going to be all she wrote, folks. Unless there's a miracle that happens here, I think it's safe to say that Italy has been eliminated from the World Cup tournament, which means Turkey, for the first time ever, makes it to the finals of our World Cup tournament. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. No need for penalties, folks. A handball in a costly era is what cost Italy a massive shot at the finals. Heartbreaking. Is my game going to load? Okay, thank you. I'm glad it did. Yeah, I'm really not sure what the issue is with Xbox. Like, Xbox literally struggles to load this game for whatever reason. Whoops, I think I already did that. No, I don't think I did. What is going on? Controller makes sense. What is happening? Okay, thank you. So I always have to move it over here because it'll like try to force me to play it. England, Senegal is up next. Who will face Turkey in the finals of the World Cup tournament? We're putting this in neutral field as the last game was in the Stamford Bridge. The next one will be in... where's the British Columbia Palace? Here, we'll go over here. We'll go to Canada for this one. I believe that's the name of the stadium, right? Or I just give it a random name. Well, in this one, let's talk about the road for Senegal. Senegal had actually won every game of their respective group stage. After that, Senegal's round of 32 was quite intriguing as they went toe-to-toe with, I'm trying to look here. Oh, yeah, with Egypt, and they won 3-0 in that. In the round of 16, Senegal had to beat Portugal, which they did, and then in the quarterfinals, they had to upset Belgium in penalties 6-5. If anyone deserves to make it to the World Cup finals, it is Senegal. What a road they've been on, but I can't take nothing away from England. Because at the same time, England knows what it's like to be on the losing end. Back in 2018, the reason why Spain became the World Cup champions, goal for England. Saka putting them up 1-0 in the first 5 minutes in this one. Will that be all she wrote already? But as I was trying to say, England lost to Spain back in our 2018 World Cup. 1-0, heartbreaking, a goal scored in like the 73rd minute, I believe, that ended a great run for them. England would love to rewrite the wrong that they felt in 2018 with a World Cup victory, a spot once again at the finals here in 2026. They'd be the only team in the history of our tournaments to make it to a World Cup finals twice. Also, if they were to lose, they'd also be the first team to lose it. Oh, wait a minute! Goal! Goal! Senegal is not playing around. They may have given up, and yet another goal scored here in the 8th minute in this one. Nicholas Jackson, the man that ties it back up. Senegal has fought like no tomorrow to get to this point. They refuse to not go down without a fight. How will England respond? Also, I don't think I missed anyone coming in. If I did, welcome to everybody. Actually, gotta make sure I put that number in 2-1. Or 1-2, actually. So, folks, whoever wins this will face Turkey in the finals, and it would be actually, if England loses, we would have, for 4 straight times we've done this, a different pairing of teams that made it. Because in 2017, it was the Netherlands and France. England, Spain, 2018. 2019 was Wales and Uruguay. And so far it'll be Turkey and whoever wins this. And Ndiaye, good save. I believe they called an infraction there, free kick for England. And hysterically enough, you know, England already kind of beat the boogeyman, if you will, back in the quarterfinals. Spain 3-2. There's Harry Kane to Jude Bellingham. Bellingham wide open. This isn't good. Good save by Mendy. Corner for England. Oh, I have 24. Damn, I have 24 new messages. Jesus. Oh, Fusela, thanks so much for following, man. I do appreciate it. We're on the road to 1K follows, so I do appreciate all the love. And as I was mentioning, folks, too, I may start my Club World Cup qualifiers. I don't want to do one this early because then I'd have to do one again for 2027. And that'd kind of be a bit redundant to, you know, do one for the summer and then one in, like, January. Well, I guess technically not really. I don't know. I still have to debate. I'm still debating on doing the Continental Cups, which would see, like, all the European residing countries compete in that, the Copa America, the AFCON. I'd have to combine the Middle East, Asia, and Oceania together for that. But, you know, I'd have to, like... Wait a minute, here goes Sar! Oh, wait a minute. Great save there from Jordan Pickford. Cross comes in. I believe that was Jude Bellingham. No, that was Marcus Rashford. That was amazing defense. So yeah, there's some options we have here. Easy save there for Jordan. Yeah, I seen that one coming a mile away. Turkey eagerly awaits the winner of this one. Here goes Marcus Rashford. Harry Kane is wide open. That was a great interception there from Senegal. Here goes Ndiaye. Ndiaye's got to be very careful. He gets sideswiped. That's Jude Bellingham for England. Getting to Saka, the man with one goal already. Back to Bellingham. Great block. It's hysterical to think, like, since we reinstated the handball penalty rule, how many teams have ultimately been eliminated, lost games because of it. It's added a whole new layer of, like, suspense. Right, here goes Sadio Mane. Mane to Sar. It's going to be him and Jordan Pickford. Cross coming in for Senegal. Oh, right over the crossbar. Goal kick for England. And I will say, it would be crazy if my prediction of who was going to win the World Cup in real life this year, England, actually wins the World Cup in the video game. Here goes Bellingham now to Saka. Saka to Harry Kane. Ooh, wait a minute. I think they both stopped right before that offside infraction. There's Anderson now to Bellingham. Back to Anderson, now to Saka. Saka to Marcus Rashford. Now Harry Kane thinks he's going to do something. Great block there from Mendy. I mean, not Mendy, actually. I believe that was Sar. My apologies. There's two Sars on the team, 17 and 18. And I know one of them is a defender. There's also two guys on this team as well. And here goes Anderson trying to push it up. Corner for England. Whoops. So Senegal's got to play really tight defense. They want to survive England, who quite literally has got an incredibly young team this year. A very dangerous team at that, flanked and captained by Harry Kane. Goes Ndiaye trying to push it back to the neutral third. He beats his man, gets it to Nicholas Jackson. No, a bit too far out from him. That coming in, that was a bit of a, wow. That was actually really impressive. Congratulations to Marcus Rashford. You've surprised me. It's Harry Kane, but that is going to be flying all the way over there. Goal kick here for Senegal. Can they mount potentially a lightning-quick offensive attack before the end of this first half to break the stalemate? Well, that's a gutsy type of play, I gotta admit. You gotta be careful here. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be the end of the first half. 1-1 is the score coming out of the first 45 minutes. How will the second half be? Both of these teams fighting for a chance to compete for the FIFA World Cup. They're in the finals against Turkey. The fact that the first 2 goals were scored in the first 8 minutes of the game is still bewildering. Honestly, that's how Senegal beat Portugal. They scored in, I think it was like the what, 9th minute or like 10th minute, and Portugal just never got an attack going. Here goes Sarr. Trying to get it over to Ndiaye, but not much is going to happen there. England retakes possession. They boomed that one away. That's an easy catch there for Mendy. I'm sorry, wait, are there 2 Mendys on this team as well? Hold on, I just realized that name did not change, but the number did. Here goes Saka pushing it up. They're trying to, he's now going to pass it back to Reece James. Now to Jude Bellingham. Bellingham to Harry Kane. They're having a great blockade here, Senegal. They try to keep putting the pressure on them. Great interception there from Gaye. I'm not sure where. Okay. But I was confused on what the call was for. I think it just went high into the stratosphere. Okay, Sarr's kind of trying to find an opening. Ndiaye gets it to Mendy. And he's going to be very careful getting it to Jackson. To Sarr. Sarr, it's going to be him and the goalkeeper. Oh, so close. That actually may have gone past Pickford, too. Goal kick for England. There's Jude Bellingham now with possession, getting it to Saka. There's James back to Harry Kane. Mohamed Saka beats his man. Saka, it's going to be him and the goalkeeper. Good save. Corner here for England. They didn't do much. Declan Rice, Guy come in for Guy. Yes, that is an actual substitution. That has tripped me up the entire tournament. When I first seen it, I was like, what? Here goes Sarr. Starting out of many, but England is actually crashing down pretty aggressively defensively. O'Reilly stopping and Ndiaye from trying to get that. I will say England has definitely ramped up the aggressiveness defensively in this second half. Okay, and Ndiaye just had a complete mistake there, but now it's England on the counterattack. Now we see Harry Kane sliding through, and it'll be Harry Kane and the goalkeeper. Harry Kane, oh, good save. Corner here for England. Sadio Mane trying to recover possession for Senegal. At 9 shots for England, 7 for Senegal, 5 on target for England, 4 for Senegal. Oh, Gordon's coming for Marcus Rashford, by the way. That's substitution made by England. Well, it's Sarr for Guy. Now to Sadio Mane. I was going to be very careful. I don't know why I tried to keep it in front of 3 defenders, but who knows. Oh, goodness. Here goes Gordon. Gordon, it's going to be good. Gordon, the goalkeeper. Great save. Goodness. Mendy is one of the very few reasons Senegal still is holding a 1-1 game with England. The amount of times that man should have been beat is crazy. Call that. That is a yellow card. Come on now. You know, it's crazy. In the entire tournament, we've only had 1 red card. Only 1. That was during the group stage. England and Germany and Spain. Oh, never mind. Wait a minute. Never mind. O'Reilly has got the red card here for England. That is the second red card. That is the second red card of the tournament. What are the odds? England's down to 10 men, which means Senegal actually has a one-man advantage. Can they make the most of it? That's the question. Also, CS, thanks so much for sharing the live, man. I appreciate it. And England being down to 10 people, I would assume. Nicholas Jackson, good save from Jordan Pickford. Corner here for Senegal. Sarr coming in for what? Is it a third? It's 3 of them. Holy mackerel. There's 3 Sarrs. So I know, like, wait. So if there's 18 and 17, what's the other one? 16? 19? Nah, I'm like determined to find this. What position does he even play? Does he play defense? Like, now I have answers. I have questions that need answers. I'm looking heavy to see where. Wait, Sorrow. Oh, Coffee lover, thanks so much for following, man. I appreciate it. We're on the road to 1K sub, so thank you. And also, Blackett, thank you also so much for liking the live as well. Thank you, man. Even with England being down to 10 individuals, they're still hanging in there. Now on the counterattack goes John Stones coming for Anderson, by the way. They got to be very careful not to leave Harry Kane open. Easy save for Mende. There goes Diouf. Now to Guy. To Ndai. Gotta be very careful defensively. And Sarr, he's number 2. That's the third Sarr. There's Jackson now. It's Sadio Mane. Mane to Diouf. He's got guys available. Sarr, good block. Women's open. Goal! 2-1. 2-1. Senegal. Nicholas Jackson. Literally. May have just, this is an upset and a half. Are we going to get Turkey and Senegal in the finals? What a shocking upset this would be if that is to remain. Can Senegal hold out? They've got literally just added time remaining of 2 minutes. If they can do it, they will be going on to the finals and competing for the World Cup. As time ticks away, it is over. Senegal knocks out England in a massive upset here. We are getting Turkey and Senegal in the finals of the World Cup. A massive win for Senegal. I can't believe it. Well done. Wow. And again, an unlikely World Cup. Oh, Coffee Lover, thanks so much for following. Appreciate it. Thank you. Well, folks, it's time for the finals. It is Turkey. It is Senegal. This is going to be very, very interesting. Turkey did win first, so they'd be on this side. Senegal would be back on this side. I feel like they've been stuck on this side for like the majority of the tournament. They've played in the green, but they've never really played in the white, so I'm gonna let them have their like home jerseys. It's only fair. All right, what is a fair stadium? You know what? We're gonna put it in. And yes, I'm trying to find a fair stadium to put this in because I don't want it to be like not in neutral territory. I was actually just at the Mercedes-Benz Arena literally on Wednesday, so for Haiti and Morocco, and the Mercedes-Benz Arena will host the finals of our World Cup. It's a neutral territory for both of these sides. By the way, folks, Turkey in the red, Senegal in the white. The World Cup finals has officially commenced. Who will become the champion of the world here in 2026 and hold that title up till 2027 when we redo our World Cup yearly like we're going to be doing again. I'm really intrigued, folks. For the 4th year in a row, we have 2 different teams that have made it each year. So I'm really, really excited for that. Yeah. And again, two very unlikely nations that have made it to the finals. Both of them, our previous World Cup champions back in 2017. It was the Netherlands who started off. Then it was Spain in 2018. 2021 was Uruguay. And now we'll be crowning in 2026 either Turkey or Senegal as our fourth ever World Cup champion. It's going to be a throw in here for Turkey. But if I haven't said it before, Turkey in the red. Senegal in the white. Here goes Kaku. Kaku maybe think he's got a chance. Çalhanoğlu, good save by Mendy. Corner coming in here for Turkey. Easy catch there for Mendy. That's Kalidou Koulibaly. Dying out of Sar. Mendy, it's Ndiaye, back to Mendy. Mendy's got to be careful. Now it's back to Sar. To Ndiaye. To Mendy. The three of them are just playing, tag at this point with it. Here goes Yilmaz trying to push it up. Easy save there. Here goes Sar to Jackson. Wow, great defense there from, I believe, well, never mind. Free kick award to Senegal. Oh, Arena, thanks so much for sharing the live. And there was a person who just liked the live, too, so thank you. To whomever that was, because it just popped up briefly. Wow, my goodness. This is just becoming an absolute just physical game between these two teams. Going on the road for both of these teams in the knockout stage. As we know, Turkey's road was not as clear-cut as it may seem. They had to beat Austria 3-1 in the round of 32. Meanwhile, then in the round of 16, they beat one of the World Cup finals last year, Wales, 3-0. Then to move on to the quarterfinals to defeat the Netherlands 3-0 as well, which absolutely shocked everybody. And then in the semifinals, knocking out Italy 2-1, a massive upset victory. That's how they've gotten here so far to the World Cup finals. Meanwhile, the road for Senegal was not easy either. What a fight they had. While they may have won out in their group stage, it was not the easiest battle for them either. So I'm trying to find them here. Senegal actually defeated Egypt 3-1, which is an absolute bar. Look at Jackson. Oh, he should have passed it to Sar. But yeah, Senegal defeated Egypt 3-1 in the round of 32, then having to beat Portugal 1-0 in the round of 16, and then also beating Belgium in penalties after a 1-1 tie. They beat Belgium in penalties 5-6. The drama in that one was absolutely insane, by the way. And then in the semifinals, beating England 2-1, absolutely stunning, in stunning fashion. And now that's how both of these teams have gotten here. The road for them has been incredibly arduous, but it all has culminated to the finals of our World Cup. One of these two teams will be the champion of the world for the first time ever. And of course, that is an automatic qualifying spot for the next World Cup that we'll do in 2027. So, and of course, having to defend that title will be tough. Wow, Sar just got taken out. Goodness, Sar just got taken out. Easy stop there, okay. Again, both these teams deadlocked in a stalemate so far. Oh, Cadeas, thank you so much for following, man. I do appreciate it. We're on the road to 1K follows, so it does matter. Goal! Goal! Turkey takes the 1-0 lead. Here in the 35th minute, it was Yilmaz. Wow. Take a look at this, folks. I thought that was going to be an easy catch for the goalkeeper, but it turns out number 13, I think that was actually Ndiaye, who just didn't jump. That was a massive defensive error. But now Turkey leads 1-0 over Senegal. How will Senegal respond after giving up that goal. There's Jackson. Out of Sar. Sar back to Jackson. Jackson getting it to Guy. Guy's got to be very careful. He's going to a trap here with 3 different people. But he loses possession, at least for the moment. However, they are able to recover in the neutral third. He goes in. Wow, never mind. And Dai gets sideswiped. Kaku now to Yilmaz, the man with 1 goal already. Great interception there. Can they mount a counterattack? Will actually slide through. It does. It does. Now he's got to be very careful. Gets it to Sar. Sar trying to find somebody. Gets it to Jackson. Jackson is going to roll all the way to the out-of-bounds area. Corner here. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. That was not the greatest corner. There's Güler, the man pushing it up for Turkey. They only got 1 guy with him for right now. Easy. Wow, that was an easy catch there. A bit of an anticlimactic run. Here goes Sadio Mane. And to me, it's been... Oh, wait a minute. Wait, he's got Nicholas Jackson. He's got Nicholas Jackson. Can he? No. Well, folks, Turkey leads 1-0. At the end of the first half, can they hold on to their lead, or will South Africa, will Senegal have a response to tie this thing back up and possibly even take a lead too? It's hysterical that I always get every nation. I've called Ukraine, well, what was it at one point? I think I called Ukraine Uganda at one point. I think I called America Switzerland at one point in this World Cup. So, my apologies. User 158, thank you so much for following. As same thing for Freddie and Psychologist. Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all. We're on the road to 1K subs, so I do appreciate all the love. It does help me out tremendously. Also, user 158, thank you so much for sharing the live, man. I appreciate you. And here goes Sadio Mane trying to push it up with Nicholas Jackson. Instead, trying to volley it over to Sar. Interesting decision there. I'll say Turkey has done a great job defensively, kind of making it hard for Senegal to really do anything. Let's see, it's Güler now for Turkey. Look at this. Here goes Sadio Mane to Sar. They're trying to push something up, mount some type of counterattack. Wait a minute, getting all the way to Sadio Mane, the volley. Great volley there. But Mane's got to be very careful. He doesn't really have the distance. That bounced. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Oh, penalty. Penalty for Senegal. I seen it coming, folks. I seen that one coming. That was an absolute risky decision. I mean, honestly, Ndiaye couldn't even fake that one. He's the man for the penalty. Here we go. Can they tie this thing up? Here comes the shot. Goal! Oh, no, he missed. He missed. That is absolutely gut-wrenching. The miss there at a pivotal moment to tie this thing back up. And let's be honest here, the offensive attack for Senegal has been very muted in the first 60 minutes of this one. That is absolutely gut-wrenching. He goes Ndiaye. Trying to push it up here. Kadiago staying on him like freaking glue. Be a corner here for Senegal. Also, Juan, thanks so much for sharing the live, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Here goes Sar. Uh-oh. There was just too many defenders. And if you're Turkey, all you've got to do is hold on to your 1-0 lead, and you'll become champions of the world if you can. There's some really great defensive pressure from Turkey. Turkey requesting substitutions. Oh my God, it bounced off his face. It bounced off his face. Goodness me. Here goes Sadio Mane. Got to be careful. He's waiting to pass at the worst time. Sadio is not playing very well, and he's been very quiet offensively. I want to say in this tournament too. He hasn't really done much, Sadio. So he's got to be very careful while he does get past his man. Yeah, that's going to be a free kick for, that was a handball like twice. Here goes Yildiz. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what is he doing? What? I'm confused. I thought that they would have, that was a mistake. But here goes Usyk now trying to get to Yildiz. He's pushing it up. Here goes Yilmaz, the header. Good save. It's still in play, though. And Ndiaye tried to recover it, but really couldn't. That's another Turkey with possession. Here goes Usyk. Getting to Selik. Cross comes in. That was an easy stop there. Well, Sarr to Sarr. This time now it's Sarr to Sadio Mane. Mane and Sarr. Sarr tries to take the shot. I believe it bounced. Yeah, it did bounce over the defender. I was very confused there for a moment. Hawks Tion, thank you so much for following, man. I do appreciate it. We're on the road to 1K Falls. Clinical boy! No. Corner here for Senegal. Oh, that's not going to be near anybody. Wait, what are they calling? Free kick. Yeah, for those actually following, though, I do appreciate it. We're on the road to 1K follows. So I really do appreciate y'all. Also, for those wondering, too, because after we do complete the World Cup finals, I am going to go on to my UFC portion of my stream. So I do have UFC 6 to do after this. So I'm just doing like a combined group live. Later on tonight, I may go live again after the gym. I may do Marvel Rivals. Yeah, so for those who like Marvel Rivals, the video game, I'm a pretty good player, so I think it'll be fun. That or Dead by Daylight, one of the two. Again, as time ticks away, Senegal needs a goal, and a goal desperately, if they want to keep their hopes alive, become champions of the world. I can only imagine how gut-wrenching this would be. I mean, they've come such a long way. It's hard not to pull for them to win. It really is. At this point, as time starts to tick away, folks. Oh, no. Wait, this is literally their final chance. And you got to think, if Ndiaye had only hit that penalty kick opportunity, this would be going on to extra time. But as time is ticking away, if they don't get an interception here, like right now, this thing is over. Well, while there is a corner, I don't think this is necessary. And folks, that is it. That concludes what has been a phenomenal World Cup tournament. I am very proud of what this tournament accomplished here. Both of these teams have nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, Senegal really, this was one hell of a run. This was a phenomenal run from Senegal, and they'll be back next year for sure. I'm pretty confident in that. However, Turkey are the 2026 World Cup champions for us. The fourth different team to do so, making history, joining the Netherlands, Spain, and Uruguay. Turkey this time holds the most prestigious championship title that you can as champions of the world in 2026. They'll be back defending that title in 2027. Well, with that being said, everybody, what's up, Yamanga? How's it going? But yeah, with that being said, everybody, that concludes our World Cup tournament. Turkey is the champions of the world. On that note, I am still debating on if I want to maybe do a like career mode thing, like rebuilding Chelsea or like doing something else, or if I want to do a like a continental specific one. I haven't made up my mind just yet. I'm trying to figure out what to do with the soccer series with just 4 months left, kind of, or like 3 to 4 months left in the game cycle. If I did a 2026 like Club World Cup, it would be a bit hard to then want to do it again 6 months later in 2027. I'm not sure if anyone would want to see that. But we may do it. I don't know. I just give me some time to figure it out, and we'll go from there. With that being said, everyone, thank you guys so much for watching. Please do leave a like, hit the follow button if you guys enjoyed the soccer content. I do plan on at least doing one or two streams a week for soccer moving forward, since it was so well received by you guys. Yeah, so thank you guys so much, and we're gonna move on to UFC for those wondering. So yes, I do have to change my my title card and stuff. So give me one moment there. Oh. I'm not doing this with you, EA. You're doing too much. EA Sports does the most, and I don't know why. Reverse mode, episode 6. Alright, so I just want to make sure I at least get the title done, so that way I can be like, oh no, we're doing... Is UFC 6 still finally out? No, it's still UFC 5. Unbelievable.